Hey, what's going on, guys? So we've seen the Asra Ninja Aoi, and so now it's time to take a look at the Asra Archer Aoi. So these kits originally came out in like a black, white, and gray color scheme, and the Aoi versions are now coming out in this white and blue, very much more colorful and bright color scheme, and they come with a little bit different parts. On this one, I'm gonna have to check. I believe the hair on this one is also different, same like with the Ninja. It had a little bit different hair parts. And so I think that's going to be the difference with this one as well as the water slides being different for these also. Also, in the previous videos I talked about this, I didn't understand why this was a 6J. I thought that was a J, but apparently it's a 6.1. So this is the 6th kit in the Megami device line, and this being an alternate version, they're just calling it the 6.1 release of that. So pretty cool box art here. I like that they're using like actual artist's artwork. This artwork is by Nitty2D, it looks like. I believe he's on Twitter, so you can follow him there. But it's some nice artwork there, showing off the playful light side of this, as I picture this as kind of being like a sort of beach version, sort of like a summery beach kind of version of these characters. So I think that looks pretty fitting, I guess. Aside from the box artwork, just the way that the box is printed, how you have like this matte black and then all of like the colored parts and like the text is all in a nice gloss, it just makes for a really nice attractive box for these. And then the same thing here on this side as well. So they're really nice boxes even before you get opened it up into the kit. And the information on here is always pretty interesting as well. So this one says type Archer, master of the longbow and expert in long distance combat, equipped with various weapons to act as support for the group, can be strengthened to samurai mode by combining with the arms of the Arsa Ninja. So in the review of this kit, we'll take a look at the combinations of the two of them. So that'll be pretty cool. Going around here onto the bottom of the box, there you can see that long bow, and she also got a long sword there, it looks like, and so that's pretty cool. Some armor there around her legs. It's just showing you a few different posing options that you can do, and then with all the armor stripped away, just the kind of bare skin version. And I believe this one as well also comes with the bare legs, whereas, I mean, I know it comes with the bare legs, but the original version does not come with that. You just get like the black covered like leggings over the legs, so that's another feature of this version of the kit. As well, again, if you haven't seen the review of the Ninja, these beam effect parts, or not like beam effect parts, the clear parts are really nice in like a really bright fluorescent pink clear color. And so there's what it's going to look in the samurai mode with the combined parts of the two different kits. And then here's just going to be how it's going to look just straight out of the box, unpainted and without anything else done to it. So I mean, the difference between the painted and decaled version and the unpainted, not going to be all really that apparent, it looks like. These kits look really good just straight out of the box. On the back side, or on the top side of the box, I guess we should say, this showing you the different face options we have. It looks like it just kind of a little bit kind of blank, kind of boring looking staring face, to be honest. It's kind of slightly miffed face, and then a kind of high face. So there you go. And then the decals here, we got a nice waterslide decals with that, and it also includes a lot of like emotion decals, I want to call them. We'll take a look at those in a minute. Anyway, 5,800 yen for the list price for this. A little bit on the higher end, of course. $55, $60 for this is going to be a fair amount, but again, if you guys are in the club of people who have built any of these kits or the Frame Arms Girls kits, you know that they're pretty top quality. So here we have all our skin parts and hair parts right off the bat. Got just a little bit tan skin there, and then brown for the hair. There's those really nice bright clear parts. They're really nice bright beautiful blue color as well. Some more white parts, some more skin tone parts. We have, again, just a few of the bright yellow parts. This is the same with the Ninja. It really only had a few of those. We do have a couple more down here at the bottom amongst all this other stuff. And then we have our faces and hands here separately. Again, we'll take a look at those more in a moment. Let's get a look at the water slides. Let's look at the water slides first, shall we? So again, beautiful water slide sheet here, mostly with the blue and white markings, and then down here you have the eyes. So whereas with the actual printed eyes, we have 3 different options, but if you want to change that, you can always repaint that and lay on your own decals, and now you have a little bit more options. You have the miffed face has 2 different options, looking left or looking right. The plain face has 3 different options, straight, right, and left, and then you have just one version of the totally baked face. A few different Megami device logos down here, and then these are those emotion decals, as I was calling them. Not really as emotional as on the ninja version. This one's basically just has a couple band-aids, X's, and hearts. But again, if you have both kits, you can mix and match, then you have all of them, because these are different from the ones that came with the ninja. So again, pretty cool, and that's why it's usually a good idea to get both of these on these Megami device kits. Usually get released as sets, and it's usually a good idea to get both of them if you can. It makes it a lot more fun. So here for the manual, you just got that nice artwork there from the box. So you'll get a little bit more of that as you got a little bit more in the vertical form of this, and it looks really nice. On the back, just the Megami device logo there. Opening it up to the front page, just a bunch of different reference photos. This was really good. I found for doing the review, it was good to refer to this just for like posing ideas as well. So if you're the kind of person who's not really good at posing your kits, having a lot of nice sample images like this is definitely good to have. You can just refer to this and just try your best to just copy some of the poses that are here in the manual. We have our parts list here as well as our parts order form. And you can see the darkened out areas are the parts that are going to be left over that we won't use, so you will have a handful of leftover parts that are unused for this kit. Then it's just on through the construction. You have a few different options there for the hair and all of that. I just kind of want to skip over through this. At the end, it will also show you how to mount all the weapons and then how to make the ninja form by combining different parts, and just how to place all the different weapons and all sorts of different stuff like that. It's all explained in the manual very clearly. And then we have just the decal guide here at the end. Painting guide as well. Painting guide, all the colors are separated up there. It's all in Japanese. We can translate those if you want to repaint it. And then again, it's talking about the decals here to add a little bit more character, emotion to your characters by adding little band-aids, hearts, and whatever, all of that. And then about the eye decals here, and then all the other decals are just laid out in these nice big images here on the last page. Let's get a look at the runners. So as always, we have the base plate for the very simple base that's included with this. And then again, for the faces, we have the Go Green face, the Miffed face, and the Blank face. And then runner Q2 over here for our cleavage part. For flesh tone hands, we have the trigger finger hands and holding hands. Those are the ones that have the fixed wrist. So those will be good if you don't want to have to worry about the wrist sagging down due to the weight of holding heavy weapons. Then we also have just regular trigger finger hands, holding hands. Those will be ones where you can actually move the wrist on those if you want. Open hands, open resting hands, and then closed fists. And then for our white kind of gloved hands where they have like the armor piece kind of on the back of the hand, these are all fixed wrist hands. And then we've got closed fists, open resting hands, open expressive hands, holding hands, and trigger finger hands. And as with most of these kits, we've just got runners all over the place, so let's just go through these. Runner A is in our skin tone parts here for mostly looks like arms and legs. Skipping ahead to runner C, it looks like a few more parts there for the body, still in skin tone. Runner D as well, the same thing, parts for the body as well as parts for the kind of middle of the head. And then another runner D, this one is just more parts for the body. It looks like mostly for the upper arms, upper legs, and a few more parts on there. And then more skin tone parts here for runner E. It looks like a couple parts for the joints, that's like knee joints, and a couple little wrist joints parts, and we got two of this E runner. Runner F would be some of the white armored parts, I guess, kind of, and as you can see, we've got some parts there for the waist, stomach, and a few other bits and bobs. Runner G is our couple of fluorescent yellow parts here. Runner H will be a few more parts for the body as well as the stand part. Runner I, some more parts here in white. Runner J is a few parts here in blue. We've got two of these, and then we also have a second Runner J. The other Runner J is in white with a few more parts in white. Runner K is some parts here in blue. Runner L, again a little bit smaller runner here. We've got some more parts in blue. We've got two of this L runner. Runner M is our wonderful clear pink parts here. This is obviously all of our hair parts, just in a regular brown color. Runner O2 is back in blue for just looks like mostly weapons parts. You'll notice for a lot of these later runners, they're all like O2, N2, P2, S2, T2. That's just because the 1 version of the runners is what was used for the ninja. The 2 version of the runners is what used for here for the archer. We got 2 of the O2 runner. Runner P2 here back in white for some pretty recognizable parts on there. Runner R2 is interesting. We've got 2 of them, but 1 is in white and 1 is in flesh tone. So it looks like obviously this part I think here is going to be used for our flesh tone part. That looks like another different cleavage part for a different option for the chest. And then the rest of these I think are not meant to be in skin tone as they look to be weapons parts. Runner S2, a few more weapons parts here in white. We've got 2 of these. Runner T2, a couple more parts here in that fluorescent yellow. runner U2, a couple parts here in white, and finally runner Z for a bunch of leftover parts here for the joints, wrist joints, as well as the hip joint here. So as you can see, there's certainly a load of parts in here. But that said, I found on the Megami device and Frame Arms Girls kits that I built, they do tend to go together pretty quickly for just the amount of parts that are in there and for how intricate some of the parts are. The construction process really doesn't take all that long. It's comparable to like just a regular Bandai Master Grade or something, even maybe faster than that in some ways. But they're always very fun to build, really fun to check out. So thank you guys as always for checking out this unboxing video, and a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review, guys. Check the link to their site down below and use that coupon code on anything on their site there, ZakuAurelius10. As always, guys, if you have any other further questions or comments, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the upcoming review video coming up next. Bye bye.
Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store, use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10, save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.